and welcome. This is Heidi's Homemade and I'm Heidi. Hello, and this is a video about cross stitch. This is Flosstube number 32, and today is the 8th of September, 2023. And it is about 5:30 on Friday night in Arizona. It's hot out. So let's get on with it. Life updates. Not a lot going on. I am currently still waiting to start my demonstration teaching. It looks like that's going to be delayed for a little bit, so I have been applying for and doing interviews for various tutoring and substitute positions until that gets figured out. So that's pretty much it that's going on with me right now. I do have tomorrow. I do have my my Stitchy meetup at the Mesa Public Library. So if you are in the area of Mesa, Arizona, and you're interested in joining us, hit me up at the the email that is linked in the description box below, or on the Instagram, and I will give you all the details for that. So that is happening tomorrow. I also have my book club this weekend. So that's always fun. Get together with a bunch of ladies and talk about, or not talk about, depending on how many people read the book that we're reading, and eat some really good food. So that's always fun. Thinking about making a batch of homemade cookies to take to that. Usually I just wait to the last minute and grab something at the grocery store on my way, but I think I might actually spend a minute and bake some fresh cookies this time. So yeah, that's my life right now, and that's what's coming up. And then maybe the next time I film, maybe I'll have a little bit more information about what's going on. Yeah, right now I'm just kind of in a holding pattern. I feel like I've been in a kind of a holding pattern most of the year, actually. But yeah, so that's it for personal stuff. The whole 2 minutes. So what I have for you guys today, I have an old finish that I wanted to show you because I'm kind of doing a fall autumn theme for this episode. Kind of like last time I did a Halloween pattern parade, I'm going to do a fall pattern parade. I don't have as many fall things that are not Halloween, so that will not take up too much time. But since I am going to do that, I am going to show a previous finish that is a fall finish. And then I have a fully finished item. I don't have any finishes this time. I do have a few whips. I have a new start. I'll talk about it, but I don't know if I'm going to show it because it is for a smalls exchange. So I don't think I'm going to show it this time, but I will show it at some point once it has been sent to its new home. Let's see. And then at the very end, if you guys are interested, I'm going to do a quick show of some of the bags that I have up on my Etsy. I just restocked, so there's some new ones that have only been on there for a few days. So let's get on with it, I guess. Oh, and keep watching. I will have a giveaway at some point during this video. Okay, so first up is an older finish, and this one is Cozy by Hello from Liz Mathews. And this is done in the called for Cottage Garden colors, and it's just on a white Ada that I had. This took me, I think this took me like a day and a half to finish. The frame I got from Hobby Lobby, and I just popped it in there, put it on a piece of sticky board and popped it in there. I think it came out really nice. It usually sits up there, right there. there on my shelf. So it hangs out in the background. But I really like the colors of this one. And I really like the white relief. I'm actually going to restart a Christmas ornament that's kind of done in the same kind of similar stripe motif fashion that it has the white stitched, but I think I'm going to redo it so that it's more like this one where the white is not stitched. So that is a previous finish, and it's a fall finish because it's got pumpkins and acorns and leaves. So I thought that that would be appropriate to show during, sorry about the glare, there we go, to show during my fall kind of pattern parades I'm going to be doing. I finished that earlier this year. I could probably tell you when I finished it. I finished it. It's yeah. So I so I started it on the 2nd or the 5th of February, and I finished it on the 7th of February, and that is fully finished it on the 7th of February. So it took me 2 days to stitch it and then fully finish it. So, moving on, I have this bag. So, this bag is my fully finish of the Salem Sisters Apothecary. And I think it came out really cute as a project bag. The size of the fabric was literally the exact size I needed to make it into a project bag, like the ones that I make for my Etsy shop. And so what I did is I did iron-on fusible interfacing to kind of secure the stitches on the back. And then I did, of course, regular interfacing inside. And then I paired it with this really cute crow raven. I don't know if you can really tell the difference on these. This fabric that I picked up at one of my local quilt shops. Had like fat quarter bundles, and that's where I get a lot of my fabrics. But yeah, I don't know what line it's from or anything. I've already had people ask me. Sorry, Sandy, I don't know. All I know is that it was in a bundle of fat quarters that was like for like a Halloween kind of a set that they did. So, but I think it came out really, really cute. And I know that there is a stitch along going on with this one. I have a piece of thread there. Okay. I know there's a stitch along going on with this one, so I thought that it was timely for me to show how this looked all finished up as a bag. And I'm not particularly worried about the stitching because there isn't any long stitches in this. So all of like the back stitching is all like a single stitch. So I'm not worried about like them getting caught and getting pulled out or anything. And I don't have like a cat or anything like that that might like claw it or anything like that. So I'm not particularly worried about like my stitching getting ruined or anything like that. So that is my new fully finished. So now, I guess on to whips. So I've worked on 4 items since the last video. One less than I anticipated working on. I ran out of time. So let's see. Let's start with this one. So last time I talked about wanting to do some of my Halloween projects because I was showing all the Halloween patterns. So I picked out Halloween projects to work on, and I think I picked out the same ones I mentioned, but I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to go back and watch my video. So the first one up is Haunted Mansion by Bendy Stitchy. And this is one that I started along with my Stitchy friend Melissa. We both saw it at the attic and had to have it, so we decided to start it together. And as I say, we started it together um, because stitching together and starting together are two totally different things. So we started it along together. And this is where I'm at. And I will put in a picture of where it was before. I've added in, I added in, if I can remember correctly, and the picture that I'll pop up will show better, but I added in more of this green color, and I know I added in this last like little um, easement thing, and I started on this toile that is in like the opening here, right here. So I added in enough to show some progress. Not a ton. This was my downstairs project, and and Sirius, my pup, he decided that it would be fun to get a hold of my ring of floss and like tore up some floss bobbins and stuff. So um, I kind of just like didn't want to work on it for a little bit because I didn't want to see how bad the floss was. But it actually, once I picked it up and started like messing with it again and stitching on it, it really was not that that bad. So so yeah, so there's that. And let's see. Next up, and this is a me made bag. I finished ink circles Garden of Zig and made it into a bag. So I have two project bags that have my stitching on them. So the next one, and what's in this one, is Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. And I know a lot of people are stitching on this since it has been re-released. So there's that one. And I meant to take this out of the hoop, and apparently I didn't. So I'm going to take it out of the hoop really quick because otherwise you won't be able to see the whole things I've gotten done so far. I've actually put a lot of time in on this. I put 3 days of stitching in on this one, and I had planned to circle back around and work on it again and try to get it finished. But to give you an idea, and that is what I have done so far. So I pretty much finished the inside. There's a couple of the little star thingies that I need to go back and fill in because I didn't have the color on my needle at the time. Because all the ones that are left are the gray color that the words and the border is in. But other than that, the whole middle is complete. And then the words are almost complete at the top, and the words on the bottom are complete. And I started going into the outside border. And this is 18 count haunted, and I have a card in my bag to tell you what fabric it is. No, I don't. It is 18 count haunted, and I don't remember who it's by. I want to say Picture This Plus, but I'm not entirely sure. So there is my progress on Away We Ride. And some of them are called for colors, but I actually substituted probably half of them are my own color picks, and the other half are um, called for colors. The gray for the words in the camera is not popping very much, but in person it really shows up. So I'm not worried about that blending in too much. And then once I put the A in a way, I think that'll make it pop more, because when I started putting this in, you can really see that show up a little bit more. So I'm not worried about the gray blending too much in with the blue. I really like it on blue. I haven't seen anybody else doing it on a blue. So there is that one. And I think if I gave it another round of 3 days, I don't think it would take me the full 3 days to finish it. I think that it would probably be maybe 2 sittings. It depends on how long, I guess, it took me, or how long I had to stitch on it, I should say. Um, so who knows? Maybe that will be a finish soon. It depends on if I decide to go back and work on it instead of something else. Okay, next up is Quaker Pumpkins from Hello by Liz Mathews. And this is my current oldest active whip. I do have a whip that is, I know, yeah, I have one whip that is older, but it's in UFO right now, and it's kind of, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to finish it. But this one, I believe, is my oldest whip to date. And I've been kind of procrastinating work on it because I actually really like it. So I didn't really want to finish it, I guess. Some kind of weird psychology like that. So this is where I'm at. I have all of the large pumpkins, and this is the Forbidden Cyber Co. Floss conversion from a few years ago that I am doing. So I just finished this one. This pumpkin is pretty much the one that I just finished. I just added the stems in on 3 large pumpkins, and I've added a couple more of the, I don't know, are they stars? Are these stars? Quaker stars? Because they kind of look like snowflakes, but I think that they're supposed to be stars. Not really sure. But I added a couple more of those. I don't really have much left. I have a couple more stars. I have another big one of these that is over on this side. It's over here somewhere. And then there's another little crow guy in between, in this area. And then the rest of the border, which goes really fast. And then I'm done. So there is that. I do know that Liz Mathews and Elizabeth from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch are going to be at the Attic, which is my local workshop, next Friday. And my friend and I have reserved space to go see them. So we will be seeing them, and I kind of would like to finish this and fully finish it to be able to take it with me and show Liz Mathews. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen. We will see. I will try, but I'm not going to force myself to you know. Plus I don't know. I kind of want to finish it and be like, look what I did. But then I also am like, I don't know. So you never know. I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, and then the last project that I worked on is this one. And this one, I really like this pattern. I am just really upset, and I'll go into more detail in just a sec. So this is Nevermore by Lila Studio. and I am doing the Forbidden Fiber Co. Floss and fabric conversion on this one. I bought it as a whole set a couple years ago, and yeah. So, and this one I meant to take out of the thing too. So this one, as I'm taking it out here, I was stitching along on this one, and just having fun stitching it because it is there is some pretty decent motifs on this thing that is yeah. So I'm basically working one page at a time. So this is what I have so far. And what I had before, I had the little corner of the raven right here, and I had the gate, the cemetery gate, and the tree, and I had the words, and that's it. So I added in. Oh, I had like a little corner of this motif, just like the little square. So I added in this motif, and I added in the beginning of this motif, and I added in the beginning of this motif. And this is, like I said, this is the Forbidden Fiber Co. floss conversion that I bought as a set from Forbidden Fiber Co. And I was stitching along on this big old motif right here. It looks really pretty. And I realized once I finish this motif, I will have no more of this color left. I'm doing it on 18 counts, so I'm doing two strands, which I would normally do on 18 counts, and I most definitely do not have enough floss. So that kind of threw a wrench in my progress. So after I did that, I moved over and I started doing this teal color, which is a gorgeous color. It's called Abyss. This one is called Old Penny. And after doing this, I realized yet again that once I get done with this motif, because it goes like another like over here, once I get done with that motif, I won't have any more of that color left either. And there's still quite a bit of both of those colors in the pattern. And the black up here, which is a different black than this black. So this black and this black are not the same black. This one, I happen to have an extra in my stash of this color. So I think I'm okay on that one. But yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm going to try to order more floss from Forbidden Fiber Co. To try to, and not even try to match because dye lots are going to be different. So these are the threads. So dye lots are going to be different, but I figure if I can finish a full motif in one, it won't be that obvious that it's a different dye lot from going into the next one. So I'm either going to try doing that, or I'm just going to go into my stash because I used to get the Forbidden Fiber Co. Floss of the Month, and so I have a bunch of Forbidden Fiber Co. Unfortunately, I only had like one color that I had extra of in my stash, and that was the Abyss, not the Abyss, the Obsidian that the black for that top border is, because the bottom border is the same black, and I'm worried I won't have enough of it. So basically what I'm going to do is either break down and order some more floss and hope that it's not too much of a color difference, because it has been a couple years, or I'm going to go into my stash and just pick colors that I think are going to look good. Because I do have some golden colors, because I have like Midas Touch and I have Jingle Bells, and I have, so I have some of those kind of colors that could possibly like look good with it. So there's that. Okay, so let's move on to, and I'll let you guys know when I decide. I don't know when I'm going to decide though. But let's move on to some autumn patterns. I don't have a ton that are just straight up autumn fall patterns. Most of them I showed last time with my Halloween stuff. So this is just straight up fall patterns, or ones that could be considered a fall type theme, if that makes sense. So the first up, to go with that thought process, the first up is this one. This is Arranging Mushrooms by Ink Circles. And Ink Circles is obviously one of my favorite designers. I have a lot of Ink Circle patterns. I showed a bunch last time during the Halloween one too. So there's that one. And that one just came out recently. Yeah, 2022. So that one should be available. Then the next one is A Year in the Woods, The Cottage Garden. So there's 3 of them that go in the autumn category. So the woodpecker, and I mean everyone's stitched these or has these to be stitched. So these should not be unfamiliar, I guess. So yeah, so these are newer. These are from last year, 2022. The next one up, and that is A Year in the Woods number 9. So A Year in the Woods number 10 is Little Brown Bats. And these are all the fall, autumn color ones. And he's really cute. And the last one in that one is A Year in the Woods number 11, and that is the beaver. And he is also those fall colors. I'm trying to decide how I want to stitch those, which is why I have not started any of them yet. I halfway thought about stitching them all on the same piece, but that would make a really big piece. So I'm kind of kicking around doing them as like strips of 3 for the seasons. I think that would be kind of cute, and then they could all go like on like a background that would be appropriate for that color theme, because these all have that fall kind of color theme to them. So I'm kind of kicking that around. We will see. The next one up is Seasons of the Heart Autumn by the Blue Flower. And I have the Spring and Summer. I believe that's what they are as well. So there's that one. Okay, the next one I have up, make sure I have the whole thing here. The next one I have is Autumn Sleeping by Dorian Jones. I downloaded this from her Etsy shop. And I thought that these little guys were so cute. I just dropped a bunch of patterns. I especially, I get so excited. I especially like the little fox. He's probably my favorite. And then going down to the hedgehog, and then the deer, and then the badger. But I thought that they were super cute. The patterns, like they print out, like it's the whole sheet. So one of these is like on the whole sheet, so it's super big and easy to see. If you were ever interested in downloading some of her PDF patterns off of Etsy, and the price is very reasonable. I don't remember. It was super cheap. But I got this one, and I got some other patterns too. But that is super cute, and that's from last year, so that's a newer pattern as well. Okay. So then this one is a like a sister pattern to go with Cozy from Liz Mathews, or Hello by Liz Mathews. This is the same uh, floss patch that went with that. So this one is Flowers for the Fall by Cottage Garden. Oh, by Cottage Garden Threads by Works by ABC. It's using the Cottage Garden Threads Autumn Garden palette, which is the 4-pack of floss. 4-pack? Yeah, 4-pack of floss that I got, and I wanted to get something that would work with those colors because I still have plenty of them left. And then I saw that they had like a whole series of patterns, and I really liked this one to do. And I actually like the little pillow, and so I'll probably do it and do it as a little pillow. And I picked most of these patterns up that aren't PDFs from the attic. So this one I picked off of 123 Stitch, and this is Autumn's Gnome by Le Petit Crow. And I happen to really like gnomes. I'm not, so I have the gnome and reindeer one started, and if I worked on him, I could probably finish him within a couple sittings. But there's so much backstitching, and I am not a fan of backstitching. It drives me nuts. If there's a little bit, I'm okay with it, but if there's like a ton, and these are really heavy with backstitching, it kind of makes me not want to stitch it. So I'm not sure. They're super cute. I have several of these gnome patterns, but I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna stitch it. Don't know. But it's super cute. She's got her little like basket of pumpkins and gourds and really pretty. Next up is Gathering Acorns from Luminous Fiber Arts. And I've done Gathering Honey and I've done Gathering Stitches. And I have this one, I have Gathering Berries, and I have Gathering Snowflakes, and I have Gathering Clover. So I intended to stitch all of those at some point, making them all into little pillows, I believe. We'll see. But there's that one. And that was downloaded from their website. Next up, because this one, I don't know, it gives me an autumn, almost Halloween vibe, but it's not really either. So, yeah, I don't know. So, this is the Ink Circles pattern. This is Masquerade. And it says, things are seldom what they seem. Skim milk masquerades as cream. And I don't know if you can see, but there's like 2 little cats, and there's like milk bottles being poured like onto the moon, and it's just a really kind of autumny scene, I guess. There's owls in there. There's some bats down here in the motif. I just thought it wasn't really Halloween, so I'm like, you know what? We'll call it autumn. And the colors kind of give an autumny kind of theme with the reddish and the orangey yellows and stuff. So. All right, I'm going to have to grab these because I dropped a bunch of patterns at my feet. Not a bunch, a couple. All right, so I have a couple more. Next up is one that I recently finished, and that is Hello Fall, the What's in My Cup series from Stitching with the Housewives. I just showed the finish of this. Well, if it wasn't in the last video, it was in the other most recent video. I think when I had all the finishes that I was showing, because I finished a bunch all at the same time because they were small and they were easy. They were all stuff that I had started for May and was really close to finishing, so I just went ahead and finished them. So there's that one. Then the next one is Foxy Fall, and it's a tier tray tidbit from Stitching with the Housewives. Can you tell that I like foxes? Actually, my thing is owls, but I like foxes. Foxes are cool. There's that. Okay, the next one is Autumn Petites by Little House Needleworks. This is one of their newer ones. This was late last year. It's copyright 2022. So there's those. And then this one is Thanksgiving Petites, also by Little House Needleworks. I really like this one in the little house with the trees. I really like that guy. Okay, that's what I have for fall patterns. Like I said, I don't have a lot of them. Most of them would be considered Halloween, I think. All right, so let's move on to the giveaway. So I am going to be giving away this pattern. It's Christmas Tag Ornaments by Nikki's Creations Primitives. Okay. And the picture is not a great picture. And see if I can show that. And like, there's that. So, if you're interested in winning this pattern, I never used it, then in the comments, mention the word tag. Make sure that you do not mention giveaway, win, anything like that. Just make sure that in your comment that you leave that you put in the word tag. And I will do a random drawing around, it would be around 12 p.m. my time not next Friday, but Friday after that. So I film every 2 weeks. So the next time that I film, if my calendar would come up, the next time that I film will be on September 22nd. So around noon on September 22nd is when I will do the drawing for this pattern. So if you're interested in winning this pattern, make sure that you leave me a comment, you like the video, make sure you also subscribe to my channel, and make sure that you use the word tag in your comment. Okay. And I'll ship it anywhere. It doesn't matter. Okay. So there's that. So that's all I have for cross stitch. I do want to take a few minutes. I've had a couple people ask me to, so I am going to show the bags that I have available on my Etsy, and my Etsy is always linked in the description box below. And I have been busy. I've been restocking my Etsy shop. So I'm going to start with some of the ones that have been on the site. So the first one is this guy. And that's the inside. It's like a white wood grain. It's a pretty good size bag. I actually have one that I've been using, and it's a very nice size bag. The bag that it's the same kind of bag as the one that I have a wavy ride in, and that it has a 10-inch hoop that I'm using, and the 10-inch hoop fits in it perfectly. Okay, next up is whales. So we have a bunch of whales swimming around in the ocean. And then we've got schools of fishes on the inside. Is that one? And it's got like a cream color lace that goes with it. Okay? So those are the two like whole bags that I have. The rest of them are all going to be vinyl front bags. So then I've got this one. And I always put pull tags on them once they are sold. Sometimes I do it before, but usually I do it when they sell because I wait and decide what um what leaf pattern looks the best with it. So there's that, and it has little birds in the fabric. Yellow one. One. This one is so pretty. Like it's like rainbow like pops of colors. Very fun. This one, like kind of a forest green kind of color on the inside, and it's got playful swimming otters on the back. This one was like it's like a lime green kind of color on the inside, and it's got trees with little birds on the back. And then this one got like a coral color on the inside, and it's got hummingbirds with like that corally color on the back. All right. So then I have this one, which is like a darker blue version of the other one, and it has those little the little birds and flowers. This guy, little, it's got the same kind of yellowy one with the birds, and then it's got birds on the inside. This one that has like cross stitch fabric on the inside, and then it has a light blue version that has the birds and the flowers. And last up, I have this brown taupey color one with the little birds and the flowers with birds on the inside. That's that series. Next up, I have a series of chickens. So if you like chickens, this one has like a peachy color inside, and it's got a bunch of cute chickens on the back. And this one is the same fabric as this, but this one has a brown inside, and everything else is the same. So there's that. And then next up, more chickens. Roosters, actually. So I have this one, and these are fun because the vinyl is actually has the daisies on the outside, and the daisies have like glitter centers. And as far as I can tell, the glitter is not coming off. As long as you don't like put it up against another piece of vinyl, it should be fine. I've people actually really like that, and it's got yellow on the inside, and it's got like it's like a teal color, honestly, that the vinyl is with that the daisies. And there are a bunch of funky chickens. These are so cute. And then I have the same one but in orange. And that really, that's so cute. It pops really well. And it's the same kind of vinyl. where the daisies are on the outside. And the vinyl is an orange color, and the inside is also orange. Okay, and then the last one in that series is this one. And this one has like an autumn kind of tone floral background. And it has on I don't know if you can see that, it's all kinds of different trees in the background. Okay, so then I've got a bunch of Halloween bags. Because I'm stitching Halloween and I'm looking at stitching some more Halloween, so I figured it would be a good time to stitch up some Halloween bags. And first up is going to be haunted houses, and it's got kind of like, it almost looks like a starry night for the background fabric. Next up is Halloween words, and it's got stars. We've got pumpkins with orange. And now these are all the same background fabric, but they have different colors on the inside. So this one's a pale orange color, and it's got this really fun vintage Halloween, like, oh, there's like a pinup, and like it says, this is where the magic happens. Trick or treat, happy Halloween. It's super cute. Really like this fabric. So there's that one. This one with stars. This one with a really nice kind of taupe color. I've actually got a couple of those. And I know it's hard to tell, but there is like taupe colors in the pattern, and like where it says Halloween and stuff like that. So there's that. That one. Another one with like that kind of like starry night kind of fabric. This one with black and orange. And this one with stars and orange. So those are all currently available on my Etsy site. And like I said, I had a couple of people ask me to kind of show them so that they could see it a little bit more almost in person than just the pictures on the website. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the patterns and everything today. And, oh, you know what I didn't do? I did not talk about what Flosstubers I've been watching recently. And so I have a list of ones that I have been watching. And pretty much in this order, I just went through my history and like put down like who I've watched recently. So who I've watched recently is Two Needles Pulling Thread, Helen D. She just posted her autumn finish parade type of thing. I'm sure you guys have seen Helen D. Everyone's seen Helen D. Stitchy Friends. A new to me pair of Flosstubers, Lone Star Stitchers. I had not seen their Flosstubes before. They've got a few out. I think it's up like around a dozen. I'm not really sure. It was a few days ago when I watched it. And then Savory Sewing. She is a new Flosstuber. She has, I want to say 4 out, and I've watched all of hers as she puts them out. So those are the ones I've been watching recently. And I will, of course, link them in the description box below if you have not seen them and would like to check them out. Yeah, that's all for me. I will see you guys in about 2 weeks. Make sure that if you want to have a chance to win that pattern, that you leave me a comment on this video, and make sure that you use the word tag in your comments. And make sure you do not use the word win, giveaway, anything like that. And make sure that you like this video, and please subscribe. Thank you. You guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.